Today I'm going to be talking about Pearl Demon drives, surprisingly. Before we get into it, I have to mention today's video sponsor, which is that piece of poo-poo, fake poo-poo. That's today's sponsor, so get over it. Okie doke. I've had these pedals since 2015. I got them for Christmas. I'd been hankering after a set of Demon drives since they came out in, 2009. I'd never played direct drives until I got these, and it was a bit of a learning curve. To put you in the picture, I've been playing drums since I was about 13, and, well, I'm 40 now, but when I got these pedals, I was 38, and yeah, it was a bit of a learning curve. I'd never played direct drive before, and there was a bedding in period of about maybe until I was good on them 3-4 months. When I first got them, I felt like I was playing ski boots. Quite weird to explain because they're a bit more, with chain drive pedals and belt drive pedals, which is, well, I was on belts before, and there's a bit more flexibility in the movement all the way through the footboard to the direct link and through to the beater. So it was a bit more of a fixed feeling, even though these have got pivot bearings in the direct drive links, so your foot can move around a bit, so nothing snaps. It was a bit of a learning curve. I had them in shortboard when I first got them, which wasn't too bad, but as soon as I put them in longboard, you felt that extra leverage, that extra power, and that was just awesome. Compared to all the other pedals I had before, the transmission of power is really good. It's recently I got my hands on a set of DW9000s, which they're pretty heavy hitting pedals, and I took them to jam for about 3-4 jams. They're 3-hour sessions, and I thought these are good. Compared to the Demons, I was quite surprised, and they are good. DW9000's really good pedals. But what I noticed was two things. Demon drives are a bit faster. The Demons hit harder by quite a long way, which I was quite surprised at. And you can play fast on the Demon drives for long periods of time without getting sore shins. That's what I found on previous pedals, which when I first started playing drums, I had Iron Cobras. I had Iron Cobras for maybe about 10 years. Really good pedals, and at the time I loved them. They were just what I wanted. And then after that, I had Pearl Eliminators because I liked the power shifter function. You could slide the footboard back in 3 different positions. You could interchange the cams, which I thought was really good. And it was when I had those pedals that I got into playing heel toe. And that extra, you slid the footboard back in the Pearl Eliminators, and you seem to have a bit more sort of angle to play with. It didn't make them longer in any way, but you just had sliding them back a bit. It just, I don't know, it gave it an extra bit of leverage. They hit hard as well, though. They were pretty fast pedals. And don't get me wrong, DW9000s, the Eliminators, and Iron Cobras, there's nothing on the Demon drives that I can't play, that I couldn't play in any of them. The Demon drives, though, make it easier because they're very literal. The marketing jargon is quite true. What you think is what you play. It's just a case of getting used to them. Well, it was for me, and I don't think it probably helped that I played drums for 20 plus years on chains, and the Eliminators I was running before I started with the Demon drives were belts, and I really liked belts, but completely different feel. With belts and chains, you kind of have to almost bounce the pedal into what you want to do, especially when I play fast. Sort of thing. Anything above sort of 180 beats per minute, I use heel toe, which is just naturally what my ankles want to do. it singles all the way up to about 170, 180 beats per minute, and then as soon as things get fast in the kicks, fast passages, the ankles just want to go back and forward. When I first started doing heel toe, I didn't even know that's what I was doing. I was just like, oh, that works, and it produces the notes, because you're subdividing the notes. And these pedals are ideal for that. The power is just crazy. The first time I put my foot down on my kick drum, I was amazed at, I almost felt like I was going to break the head. Yeah, and that's another good feature of the Demon drives. Like I said, you can have them in shortboard or longboard. I've got them in longboards now, and that was the feeling that I had to get used to, because it did feel like I was wearing ski boots to begin with, which was quite bizarre. As you'll see, I've got the two sets of beaters. The beaters that are on it are the new quad beaters that come on the red line, and the beaters you get, the felt beaters you get that you can see in the box there, are rubbish. There's no other better way to put it. After the first jam, they were wearing down and flattening out. They're just rubbish. They don't sound good. They don't feel good. And I maybe used them for about 3 or 4 jams, and they were going to be done pretty soon. So I took the beaters that had my eliminator and whacked them on, and eventually, when I sold my eliminators, I got these, beaters here. They've got the elastomer center that you've got in the Demon Drive wooden beaters. I got the wooden beaters quite recently, and they are really good. They're a bit too compressed sounding for me though. With the redline beaters there, it's that flat plastic surface that I've got them set on now. It gives me a sort of thump, a sort of blat, brings out that sort of clicky blat that I like. Like my bass drum heads, I use Remo P3s or Remo Powerstroke Pro, and they have quite a lot of slap to them. And these beaters just seem to match really well with that, and they're lighter than the wood beaters. They really fly. Another good feature about the Demon drives is when you buy the double pedal, they split into 2 singles. I've not done that yet. I do have 2 bass drums, which that are hidden underneath all that lot. You can see to the left, there's 2 bass drums under there. That's the rest of my drums. And right up until when I got the Demon drives, I still was using 2 single pedals and 2 kick drums. And the people at Pearl do say that when you get a double pedal, due to the drive shaft, the zero latency connecting rod you see there's no lag. The left feels just like the right. And since I got these pedals, I've not rolled out 2 kick drums. So that's testimony to that. It definitely works. So if you can't be bothered carting around 2 bass drums anymore, a bit like me, I was doing it for best part of 10 years, and I've not been back in 2 singles since. So that tells you something right there. These pedals, they are really, really good pedals. They're my favourite of all time. I thought the eliminators were good. These blow into the weeds. DW9000s, really nice pedals, but these have the edge, and they're just infinitely adjustable. You can. I won't bore you with all the settings because we'd be here all day. But my recommendation, and I've had my feet on pretty much all pedals that you'd maybe use for fast heavy metal. These are the ones I think are the best. Tried Trick Dominators. Axis didn't feel too good to me, but these have the power and they have the speed. And like I say, 2018 now, I had them since 2015. They've never let me down. Not one issue. So, don't delay. Okay, guys, that's it. Cheers.